Aging gracefully is not just about skincare routines or what you eat. The way you style your hair can add years to your appearance, or take them away in an instant. For women over 60, hair becomes more than just a frame for the face. It becomes one of the most powerful statements of confidence, vitality, and elegance. Yet so many women unknowingly choose hairstyles that actually make them look older, harsher, or more tired than they really are. These mistakes are subtle, but the impact is dramatic. The wrong cut or color can cast shadows on the face, emphasize lines, and take away the natural softness that defines youthful beauty. The truth is, hairstyles that worked in your 30s or 40s may not serve you in your 60s, because as we age, the texture, volume, and even the shape of our faces change. Recognizing what no longer flatters you and replacing it with something that enhances your natural grace can transform how you feel about yourself every time you look in the mirror. One of the most common hairstyle choices that adds unnecessary years is keeping hair too long without shape or layers. While long hair can be beautiful at any age, hair that hangs flat, heavy, and without movement often drags the face downward. It creates a stark contrast with thinning hair textures and can emphasize sagging skin around the jawline. Instead of elegance, it can give the impression of tiredness. Many women hold on to long, shapeless hair because it feels safe or familiar, but in reality, it hides the vibrancy of their features. Adding movement through soft layers or cutting to a shoulder-length style can instantly lift the face and create the appearance of energy and youth. The goal is not to eliminate long hair, but to avoid the lifeless, dragging effect that comes with hair left unshaped. Another hairstyle mistake that instantly makes women over 60 appear older is clinging to overly dark, one-tone hair color. Deep black or harsh, dark brown dyes, especially when applied uniformly, often cast heavy shadows on the face. They exaggerate fine lines, make skin tone look dull, and create an unnatural contrast that screams artificial rather than youthful. Many women resort to dark dyes to cover grays completely, believing it makes them look younger, but ironically, the effect is the opposite. Overly dark hair can harden the features and drain the complexion of its natural warmth. A softer, more dimensional approach works far better. Think chocolate browns with caramel highlights, or blending grays with silvery tones that reflect light instead of absorbing it. Light and dimension in hair color create softness, movement, and luminosity that makes the skin appear fresher and more radiant. Embracing highlights or a well-blended salt and pepper look often turns out to be more flattering and modern than a heavy blanket of dark dye. Equally problematic is the complete opposite approach, going for unnaturally light platinum shades that wash out the skin. While silver and white hair can look incredibly chic, forced platinum blondes or bleached tones with no depth can strip the face of definition. They can make fine hair appear even thinner and leave the skin looking pale and uneven. The key is balance. A soft gray blended with subtle highlights or lowlights can add texture and movement while allowing your natural elegance to shine through. The worst mistake is chasing extremes, whether jet black or bleached white, because both rob the hair of the natural play of light and shadow that creates vibrancy. Mature beauty shines when the hair enhances the complexion instead of fighting against it. Another hairstyle that can instantly age a woman is the overly stiff helmet look. Think of styles that are sprayed into immovable shapes or cut into blunt, boxy forms that lack flow. These rigid hairstyles were popular decades ago, but today they signal not sophistication, but stagnation. Stiff, sprayed styles can make a woman appear dated and out of touch, adding years rather than subtracting them. Hair that is too structured emphasizes harsh lines, while hair with soft movement creates vitality. The human eye naturally associates movement with youthfulness. Loose waves, gentle layers, or even a sleek but slightly tousled bob give the impression of energy and modernity. By contrast, overly stiff styles suggest a reluctance to adapt, and they can overshadow even the most elegant outfit or glowing skin. Then there are bangs, an element that can either enhance youthfulness or dramatically age the face depending on how they're cut. Heavy, blunt bangs that fall in a straight line across the forehead often shorten the face and create a harsh frame that emphasizes lines around the eyes. They can even highlight thinning hair by drawing attention to the hairline. On the other hand, soft, side-swept bangs can disguise forehead lines, open up the eyes, and add an element of softness that enhances a youthful look. The mistake lies not in having bangs, but in choosing a style that overwhelms instead of flatters. A softer approach can refresh the entire face, while a blunt, heavy cut can weigh it down and age it dramatically. Hair is not just style, it's psychology. It influences how others see you and how you see yourself. When women hold on to outdated styles or make color choices that don't suit their evolving features, they unintentionally reinforce the feeling of aging. But when the right adjustments are made, when hair moves with light, frames the face softly, and enhances natural tones, it doesn't just transform appearance, it uplifts confidence. The goal is not to chase youth, but to celebrate maturity in a way that feels vibrant and modern. These small changes, from color to cut to texture, are the difference between hair that drags you down and hair that lifts you up. Hairstyle choices can be surprisingly unforgiving once we move past 60, because hair texture and density naturally change with age. Many women notice their hair becoming finer, thinner, or more brittle, yet they continue wearing styles designed for thicker, more youthful hair. One of the most common missteps is holding on to heavy perms. Decades ago, perms were seen as a quick way to add body and manageability, but today they often create an unnatural, frizzy texture that exaggerates thinning and dryness. Instead of creating volume, the harsh curls can shrink the face, cast shadows, and make hair look damaged. This overly processed look ages women more than they realize because it clashes with the softer, more natural beauty that flatters mature faces. A modern alternative is to embrace gentle, loose waves or use modern volumizing techniques that add lift without stiffness. Lightweight styling creams or soft layers can do more to create the illusion of fullness than any chemical curl ever could. Letting go of the outdated perm is a powerful step toward looking and feeling fresher. Another mistake that instantly adds years is clinging to bouffant or overly teased hairstyles. These towering looks may have carried glamour decades ago, but in the present day, they feel frozen in time. Instead of lifting the face, bouffants exaggerate thinning hairlines and highlight changes in facial structure, making a woman appear older than she truly is. Overly teased styles can also make hair fragile, breaking strands that are already delicate in later years. What truly flatters at this stage of life is softness and natural movement. A chic layered bob, a side-swept style, or even a softly styled pixie cut brings out facial features in a flattering, modern way. These cuts keep the hair manageable while projecting confidence and vitality. The message they send is current, not stuck in the past. Letting go of dated volume styles opens space for fresh, age-appropriate elegance. Equally problematic are razor-sharp, angular cuts that were designed for bold impact in younger decades. A perfectly blunt bob, for instance, can look striking on a younger face. But on an older one, it may emphasize jawline changes, sagging skin, or hollowing cheeks. Instead of softening features, harsh lines draw attention to them. This doesn't mean shorter cuts should be avoided, quite the opposite. Short hairstyles can be liberating and stunning after 60, but the best ones feature texture, layers, and slight movement to keep the look light and dynamic. A softly layered pixie, for example, can highlight the eyes, lift the cheekbones, and project a youthful energy without looking forced. The key is to avoid extreme bluntness or precision cuts that add severity rather than elegance. Another hairstyle trap comes from overlayering. While some layers add lift and dimension, too many can thin out the hair even more and leave it looking stringy. This is especially harsh on women whose hair has already lost volume with age. Overlayered hair exposes the scalp, makes the hair appear sparse, and creates a tired look that lacks fullness. It's a style mistake made with good intentions, adding texture, but the result is the opposite of youthful. The more flattering choice is subtle, blended layers that keep density intact while giving gentle shape. A shoulder-length cut with light layers around the face adds softness without taking away volume. Think of layers as seasoning. Just enough enhances the flavor, but too much overwhelms the whole dish. We cannot ignore the impact of ponytails and tightly pulled back styles. While these can be convenient, especially for everyday wear, they often expose the hairline and emphasize thinning at the temples. The severe pull can make facial features appear sharper, exaggerating wrinkles around the eyes and forehead. A tight ponytail or bun, rather than looking sleek, often comes across as harsh and unforgiving on a mature face. A better alternative is a softer, low bun, a loose ponytail with gentle volume at the crown, or letting a few wisps fall naturally around the face. This approach keeps practicality while softening and framing the face in a flattering way. Harsh styles emphasize age, while soft ones create warmth. A less obvious but equally important mistake is refusing to update the overall shape of the hairstyle for decades. Many women stick with the exact same cut they had in their 40s or 50s, out of habit or comfort. While it may feel safe, this can unintentionally make them appear dated. Hairstyles, like fashion, evolve, and a style that was modern 20 years ago can look stiff and tired today. Updating the cut doesn't have to mean a radical change. It can be as simple as adding layers, adjusting length, or experimenting with face framing touches. These small updates signal vibrancy and adaptability. Holding on to the same hairstyle for decades often communicates the opposite, making someone seem older than their years, even if their skin and health are glowing. It's also worth mentioning that ignoring the condition of the hair itself is a silent aging trap. Dry, brittle, or thinning hair can make even the best cut look tired. Without moisture, shine, and movement, hair appears lifeless. This is why many older women benefit from cuts that reduce weight, remove split ends, and allow for regular trims. Hair care is part of the style. Hydrating treatments, nourishing oils, and even scalp care routines create the foundation for a youthful look. Style cannot compensate for neglected hair health. Keeping hair glossy, smooth, and soft is as important as the cut itself, and it signals vitality in the most natural way. The common thread through all of these mistakes, perms, bouffants, harsh bobs, overlayering, and rigid ponytails, is that they emphasize the very changes women over 60 want to soften. They highlight thinning, add severity, or create a dated impression. By contrast, modern, softer approaches bring out the glow that still resides in every face. Hairstyles after 60 should not hide who you are, but showcase your grace, confidence, and resilience in ways that feel current. Every time a woman updates her style to suit her present self, she doesn't just change her appearance. She changes the way the world sees her and the way she sees herself. The truth about hairstyles after 60 is that the right choices do more than flatter. They empower. Once you know what to avoid, the next step is to discover the styles that bring out your best features, enhance your confidence, and align with the vibrant person you are today. The goal is never to chase youth, but to project timeless elegance. Modern hairstyling for older women is about balance. Softness that complements mature features, structure that gives shape without rigidity, and movement that signals energy rather than heaviness. When chosen thoughtfully, a hairstyle becomes not just a frame for the face, but a statement of vitality and grace. One of the most universally flattering choices is the shoulder-length layered cut. This style works wonders because it provides movement without sacrificing volume. Layers around the face add softness, draw attention to the eyes, and subtly lift the features. For women with thinning hair, this cut creates the illusion of fullness, while for those with thicker hair, it reduces weight without making the ends look sparse. A shoulder-length style also provides versatility. You can wear it sleek and straight for sophistication or gently curled for warmth and energy. The adaptability makes it practical and elegant, qualities that matter greatly at this stage of life. Another beautiful option is the textured bob. Unlike the blunt, harsh bobs that can age the face, modern bobs are slightly tousled, layered, and full of dimension. They sit just at or below the chin and create a lifted look that highlights the cheekbones. Adding a side part or soft waves can further elevate the style, giving it a natural, effortless quality. This kind of bob works well with gray or blended hair because the texture allows the play of light to bring out silvery tones in a way that feels chic and intentional. For women who want a style that communicates confidence without being high maintenance, the textured bob is one of the most flattering choices available. For those who are ready to embrace something even shorter, the soft pixie cut is a statement of bold elegance. Short hair after 60 can be incredibly liberating, especially when styled with softness and dimension. A pixie with layers creates volume at the crown, frames the face, and draws attention to the eyes and smile. Unlike the stiff pixie cuts of the past, today's versions are relaxed and slightly tousled, which keeps the look youthful without trying too hard. The beauty of a pixie is that it highlights the natural bone structure, making features appear sharper and more radiant. Many women find that cutting their hair short later in life is not just a style choice, but a declaration of freedom from outdated expectations. Color plays just as important a role as cut. Instead of harsh, uniform shades, modern approaches focus on dimension, blending, and light. Soft highlights and lowlights add depth and movement, while blended grays can look intentional and stylish. Salt and pepper tones, when cared for properly, project elegance and authenticity. The key is to work with the hair's natural direction rather than against it. When light is allowed to reflect through multiple shades, the complexion looks brighter, fine lines are softened, and the overall effect is one of vitality. Women who embrace their grays with confidence often radiate a sense of freedom that no artificial color can replicate. Equally transformative are subtle styling choices. Side-swept bangs, for example, can disguise forehead lines, open up the eyes, and add softness without weighing down the face. Soft waves or curls, created with modern tools and gentle products, give movement that enhances femininity and vitality. Loose buns, low ponytails with volume, or hair worn down with gentle texture all signal ease and grace. What makes these styles successful is that they frame the face lightly, never pulling or hiding, but instead highlighting the natural beauty that comes with maturity. It is also important to remember that healthy hair is the foundation of every flattering style. Nourishment, hydration, and care give hair the shine and softness that elevate any cut or color. Mature hair benefits from moisturizing masks, lightweight oils, and gentle styling products that enhance rather than stiffen. Even the best hairstyle cannot achieve its full potential if the hair itself looks brittle or lifeless. Prioritizing condition as much as style ensures that the final result is radiant. When hair moves, shines, and feels soft to the touch, it projects energy no matter the length or color. The beauty of this stage of life is that you no longer need to conform to outdated rules or expectations. Hair becomes an expression of freedom, personality, and individuality. The worst hairstyles, the heavy perms, the overdark dyes, the stiff bouffants, the blunt cuts that add severity, belong to a past that no longer defines you. The best hairstyles are those that reflect the woman you are now, confident, resilient, and full of life. Whether you choose a layered cut that frames your face, a modern bob that signals sophistication, or a soft pixie that declares bold independence, the right style will always be the one that makes you feel authentic and radiant. In the end, the most powerful hairstyle secret is not about following trends, but about choosing softness, movement, and balance that enhance your natural features instead of fighting them. These are the qualities that flatter every woman after 60, turning hair into a crown that reflects wisdom and beauty, not age. When you choose a style that lights up your face and gives you confidence, you don't just look younger, you look ageless. And that is the truest definition of elegance.